Have you ever wondered why numerous ships and aircraft have vanished without a trace in the Bermuda Triangle? Welcome to the world of the unexplained and the bizarre, where we dive into the mystery that is the Bermuda Triangle. This infamous geographic region bound by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico has been the backdrop of several disappearances that have left investigators puzzled for decades. Imagine this: a ship or plane is sailing or flying along, everything is fine, and then suddenly poof, it's gone. No wreckage, no distress call, as if it was swallowed by the sea or sky. This has been the fate of countless vessels and aircraft, from the USS Cyclops in the early 20th century to private yachts in more recent times. So, what's the deal with this place? Well, theories abound, each more outlandish than the last. Some say it's extraterrestrials, conducting their unannounced pickups for intergalactic research. Others suggest a time warp, a portal to another dimension, just casually disrupting our laws of physics. And then there's the Atlantis theory. Yes, the lost city of Atlantis. Some propose that the high-tech remnants of this ancient civilization are sending out energy beams that confuse navigational equipment. You know, because having a city under the sea wasn't cool enough, they had to have futuristic technology too. Speaking of navigation, here's a bit of humor for you. Why don't GPS systems work in the Bermuda Triangle? Because even they know some places are better left alone. But all joking aside, the Bermuda Triangle remains a genuine mystery. Despite extensive research and investigation, no definitive explanation has been found for these strange disappearances. So, next time you are on a cruise, make sure it's not passing through the Bermuda Triangle, or you might just end up in a different dimension. What if I told you that Stonehenge, one of the world's most famous prehistoric monuments, might have been the work of extraterrestrial beings? Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, but the mystery of Stonehenge is indeed a fascinating one. Nestled in the English countryside, Stonehenge has stood the test of time for over 4,000 years. Its massive stones, some weighing up to 25 tons, were transported over hundreds of miles. Now, I don't know about you, but the last time I checked, our ancestors didn't have access to cranes or trucks. So, how did they do it? That's a question that even the brightest minds are still scratching their heads over. What's even more intriguing is the astronomical alignment of Stonehenge. The monument aligns with the summer and winter solstice, acting as a giant calendar of sorts. Now that's one way to remember your anniversary, isn't it? But seriously, this celestial alignment suggests that the builders of Stonehenge had a surprisingly advanced understanding of astronomy. Or, you know, maybe they just had a little help from their space friends. Now here's a fun thought. What if Stonehenge was the first ever DIY project that got horribly out of hand? You know, a couple of ancient dudes saying, hey, let's stack some stones for a laugh. And then, thousands of years later, we're all still trying to figure out what they were up to. Sounds like the ultimate prank, doesn't it? But all jokes aside, Stonehenge is a testament to the ingenuity and perseverance of our ancestors. It's a monument that continues to puzzle and inspire us, reminding us of our deep and mysterious history. And who knows, maybe one day we'll finally unravel the enigma that is Stonehenge. So, if you're planning a trip to Stonehenge, don't forget to look out for signs of ancient aliens. Because hey, you never know. The truth might be out there hidden among those ancient stones. Did you know that the Great Sphinx of Egypt might be guarding secrets far more ancient than we ever imagined? Let's dive into the enigma that is the Great Sphinx of Giza, one of the world's oldest and largest statues. Most Egyptologists agree that it was built during the reign of Pharaoh Khafra, around 4,500 years ago. But some, like geologist Robert Schoch, suggest that the weathering on the Sphinx's body indicates it could be thousands of years older than that. Controversial? Yes. Intriguing? Absolutely. Now let's talk about hidden chambers. There's a theory that the Sphinx hides secret passageways and rooms. This idea was fueled by seismic surveys in the early 90s, which hinted at the existence of unexplored cavities beneath the Sphinx. Could it be the resting place of the lost Library of Alexandria, or maybe a hidden treasure trove? We can't say for sure, but the thought certainly tickles the imagination. Now here's a little humor to lighten things up. You know, they say that cats love to hide things. So, maybe the Sphinx is just a big cat, sitting on its secrets waiting for the right moment to let the cat out of the bag, or should we say, the Sphinx out of the sand. But all joking aside, these mysteries remind us that history is not always set in stone, or in this case, limestone. It's a puzzle, a riddle wrapped in an enigma, much like the Sphinx itself. Despite all our modern technology and scientific advancements, There's so much we still don't know about this majestic monument. So, the next time you look at a picture of the Sphinx, remember, you're not just looking at a giant stone statue, you're looking at a silent sentinel, a keeper of secrets that have been lost to the sands of time. So, the Sphinx might not just be a colossal statue, but a door to Egypt's hidden past. How would you feel if I told you that the Tower of London is not just a historic castle, but also a hotspot for ghost sightings? The Tower of London, with its thousand-year-old history, has seen its share of bloodshed and drama. From the beheading of Anne Boleyn to the imprisonment of the young princes, the tower's past is filled with tales that make your hair stand on end. Now, imagine this. You're wandering through the ancient halls, the air heavy with the weight of history. Suddenly you see a figure in the corner of your eye. You turn expecting to see another tourist, but instead you're face to face with a ghostly apparition. A chill runs down your spine as you realize you've just encountered one of the tower's many spectral residents. It is said that the ghost of Anne Boleyn, the second wife of Henry VIII, roams the halls of the tower. She was beheaded on the orders of her husband, and legend has it that she still walks around, her head tucked under her arm, as if in a perpetual state of shock. Speaking of shock, here's a fun fact. The Tower of London is probably the only place where you can meet a king, a queen, and a ghost all at the same time. It's like a royal reunion, just with a slightly eerie twist. But it's not just heads of state who haunt the tower. There are reported sightings of the White Lady who supposedly waves to children from the White Tower's window. And let's not forget about the spectral bears. Yes, you heard it right, spectral bears. The tower once housed a menagerie of exotic animals, and it seems some of them decided to stick around post-mortem. So, the next time you're in London, why not pay a visit to this historic castle? You might just bump into a king, or a queen, or a bear. Oh my. So, if you're ever visiting the Tower of London, remember the walls don't just talk, they might just walk as well. So, we've traveled from the depths of the Bermuda Triangle to the heights of the Great Sphinx, unraveled mysteries and tickled some funny bones. We've embarked on a captivating journey through time and space, exploring some of the world's most enigmatic historical sites, each shrouded in its own cloud of intrigue. We braved the Bermuda Triangle, a region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean infamous for the unexplained disappearances of ships, planes, and people. Despite countless theories, its mystery remains as deep and as unfathomable as the ocean itself. Then we ventured to the rolling hills of England to ponder the enigma of Stonehenge. This prehistoric monument continues to baffle historians and archaeologists alike. Is it a celestial clock, a burial site, or perhaps a very early attempt at abstract art? The stones remain silent. We journeyed next to the Great Sphinx of Giza, an ancient marvel with more secrets than a sphinx's riddle. The Sphinx has stood the test of time, and yet, its true purpose, its creator, and the meaning behind its inscrutable gaze remain hidden beneath the sands of time. Finally, we stepped into the chilling corridors of the Tower of London, a place teeming with tales of paranormal activity. From the headless ghost of Anne Boleyn to the restless spirits of executed prisoners, the tower's history is as haunting as its spectral inhabitants. And let's not forget the jokes. Oh, the jokes, because what's a journey through history without a little humor? Here's one more for the road. Why don't we ever hear any good jokes about history? Because it's all in the past. Remember, history isn't always what it seems, so keep questioning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep laughing.